What have you learned about yourself this week, Sir Michael?
I've learned nothing. No. What have I learned? Oh dear. I've learned that, I don't know, I think I just hit some limit. Yeah, it's terrible. I was like, yeah, go for it. Ambition. I should do this. And then I just had crippling anxiety and then backed off and then felt like a total loser, but a very relieved total loser. Really, I think, oh dear, I think I just need to take a break.
Answers on a postcard, please.
What did you think Mike did? Oh dear. Yeah, no, what did I do? Yeah, no, I've just mentally tortured myself for a week and then now, whatever, made a decision.
And you now consider yourself a mere mortal, like me.
Oh no, I'm far more. Yeah, I'm going to go on holiday for 2 weeks and try and forget everything.
Are you going to tell us where you're going?
I'm going to Singapore and Malaysia to visit family. It's nothing too crazy.
And you're packing your Switch?
I'm going to pack my Nintendo Switch. I'm intending to finish Zelda. I bought off the eShop Binding of Isaac and Snipper Clips.
Are you going to take your Pro Controller with you?
No.
It could have gone either way, if I'm honest.
No, that'd be a faff. That'd be a big faff. Although maybe. No, I just can't really bother. I don't think I need to do that. Yeah, but the eShop turns out it's actually quite good. Despite all my misgivings about it earlier. I was saying, it's the Hong Kong store and you can't buy anything and it's rubbish. But I actually just went online, Nintendo.com, changed my account region to the US and it just immediately worked and I could buy stuff off the eStore with my Hong Kong credit card. That's the most surprising thing. My Hong Kong credit card just worked.
What's the selection like?
It was the US eShop, so it was fine. Because I actually originally signed up for the UK eShop and I was going to be all above board and use my UK credit card, but they don't sell the Binding of Isaac in Europe. So I had to use the US eShop. Too bad.
Does it run well? Does it run better than on Surface?
Yeah, it's got a more consistent frame rate than the Surface. But the Surface is some crazy resolution. It's like 3000 by 2000 or something. Whereas the Switch is 720p?
Yeah.
Not that Binding of Isaac is a terribly taxing game, but I think it is surprisingly taxing considering it's all just pixel art.
Have you played any on your toilet?
No, I haven't gone there yet. This is a weird pre-chat. We should have some revealing secrets about you after my terrible stress and anxiety week.
I'm going to name my daughter Elliot.
That's a boy's name.
It's not a boy. Well, it doesn't matter.
You said it's a girl's name on Scrubs.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh yeah, that one with TJ. And you're like, JD.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, who's TJ? Pfft.
Then you said I should name her Sabrina, Clarissa. You gave me another one, Zelda.
I said you should name a Buster Move. I don't know where that came from.
You can name her Michaela.
You should name her Sir.
Sir Michaela. Welcome to Lost Levels Club. We're a book club for games.
And we are today. You looked so pained when I said that.
Poppers and everything.
You're imagining party poppers?
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. This is going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult if I have to edit this one on holiday.
This episode is Red Dead Redemption.
Part 1.
Oh yeah, part 1.
Part up to the burning.
Including the burning.
Up to and including the burning, which we were very vague about last time, actually.
So Red Dead Redemption is Rockstar's take on a Western game. And this came out after GTA 4. So first impressions, what do you think of the...
What did I think of it?
Yeah. What was your first impression was, what has Ting decided to waste my time with now?
I knew it was good. Yeah, I guess I never got round to it. I mean, but a lot of Rockstar games, actually, I haven't got round to. I've never got round to GTA 4, for example. I bought it. I've bought it and I think I've even installed it on my PC and I've just never played it.
A bit off topic. I think it uses games for Windows Live, is that right?
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm glad I never played it then.
I don't think you can even boot it up now.
Okay. Well, that ship has sailed then. So, yeah, Red Dead, I think at the time it came out, I was like, oh, I'll wait for the PC version. And then the PC version just never happened. Although I have heard that they're modding it into the GTA 5 engine. Have you seen this?
I've only read about it because I don't believe it. So I never clicked on it.
Yeah, there's some project to mod Red Dead into the GTA 5 engine. So that will be interesting. But yeah, how do I feel about it? It's good. I mean, it is like, it's the Wild West. It's a Wild West sandbox. And it's really funny because I had actually watched Westworld for the first time about a month ago. I watched it on the plane back from the UK.
For some reason, I thought Westworld was based on many parks or themes.
Well, Westworld I thought was based on like some Michael Crichton book. Is that right? And it's like a Wild West theme park populated by, well, it looks like real people, but they're all robots. You said you've seen the film and you liked it. I didn't even realize it was a film. I'm talking about the HBO series. I watched episode 1 and I thought it was amazing. I haven't seen any more than that because that's the only episode they had on the plane. So I felt Red Dead Redemption kind of made me think of that. It's like, it's like my own personal Westworld. I guess the other thing that really struck me from the beginning was the sound. It sounded really gravelly. And I was just thinking they must have done this. Well, either the Xbox 360 sounds a lot worse than I remember, which is possible, or it's a deliberate choice. It's a deliberate choice to make it sound like, a Wild West movie, a spaghetti western. Do I mean spaghetti western? Is that even the right term? Whatever. It sounded like, slightly grainy, slightly gritty, old school. Your first impressions?
I thought the world building was quite spectacular, but it's helped that it's the landscapes are quite rugged, so you're not looking for something that's pristine or in much detail.
Yeah, everything looking kind of gritty is fine, I guess. Everything looking kind of like dusty and blurry. I mean, well, blurry's not really good, is it? But
that's the word I would have chosen.
Like low-res textures, like a peasant on some last-gen hardware. Yeah.
And I'm surprised they never re-released it or remastered for PS4. I would have bought this for PS4.
It is genuinely surprising, especially since they are doing Red Dead 2. Like, you would have thought that they would have done one and released it current gen consoles and PC. I mean, they could have made a lot of money.
And I'm playing this on the PS3.
As I mentioned, my Xbox 360, which spins up and sounds like a Hoover and is increasingly unwell. I think I told you one time I started trying to play it and everything just started getting bluer and bluer and bluer. It was really odd. Like, first the dark blacks in the scene started to get a kind of bluish tint, and then eventually they just became like a solid bright blue, and that this blue started bleeding into more colours. Like, the dark areas of the game just started becoming bluer and bluer and bluer, and then there was just weird graphical glitching, like green lines across the screen, and it's hooked up to my TV by analog component cables because this is an original Gen 1 Xbox 360. And yeah, I was like, I need to turn this machine off. I first thought it might be something wrong with the cables or loose connection or something, but I was just fiddling with it. And then I went to like the guide screen, and the guide screen had the same problem. I was thinking, this is really, really odd. Completely turning the console off and turning it on again actually just fixed it. But this does not bode well. I actually don't know if my console will survive through the whole playthrough. I've copied all of my save games onto a USB stick in preparation for having to buy a new 360.
Do you not have cloud saves on your...
No. Well, do they have cloud saves on Xbox? I'm sure it's an Xbox Live Gold feature anyway, and I'm not paying for gold.
Okay, so I get that for free on the PS3.
Yeah, but that's because you've got PSN Plus.
I say free. I get it as part of.
So, I get it free for paying $5 a month. That kind of free. Hey, I've got some other free stuff for you. You just need to pay me. Sorry.
Oh, you're back. I'm glad.
The snark is back. He's recovered. He's back, people.
Just a quick aside. I was reading about a company called Open Door, and as part of their spiel when it comes to employing people, is like we're completely anti-snark.
Anti-snark. Wow.
That made me giggle.
Wow. Is this just like a really supportive and like welcoming office? How boring.
It's not just you. Clearly you're a problem. One of many.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
What did I want to say? I wanted to say that the PS3 firmware is becoming a burden on the PS3. It's actually getting quite sluggish.
Yeah, it's funny, actually. I just got so used to being able to hit, like, the guide button. Is that what they call it? What do they call it? The PSN button? I don't know. Whatever the button is on current gen consoles. And yeah, the one on the 360 is a bit... I don't think you can actually go all the way out to the dashboard on 360, can you? You know what? I don't even remember. I don't remember. The Switch one is very good. The Switch one's really snappy.
Because it's not doing
Because
anything.
you can't do anything with it. Yeah, okay, fine. Touche. You can go on the eShop. Yeah. Alright, moving on.
The story. Oh, this is tricky.
Well, the thing is, yeah, the story for the game we've played so far is all very mysterious. Like, they actually don't... Okay, so we both know how the story ends because we've just watched too many spoiler videos or something. And as a result of knowing that, we actually know what the game is about as well. But when you start the game, they actually tell you very little. You literally get off the train flanked by two guys in bowler hats. Is that right?
Yep.
Bowler hats in the Wild West.
But they're people from the city.
Yeah, they're city folk. Don't trust them. They're wearing ties. It's quite cryptic. They don't really explain it. They just show you getting off the train, riding up to a fort, and being like, hey, dude, get down from there and surrender. And he's like, lol, no. And you're like, okay, fine then. Okay, thanks, bye. And you pull out your gun and then you get shot, unsurprisingly. I don't know why I decided to do that in, like, terrible 90s speak.
Because it's awesome.
It's not. I'm past it. No, sorry, carry on.
You're rescued by, the dear Bonnie McFarlane.
Yeah, she just picks you up and dumps you in a wagon and heals you up.
And then you spend the next few days repaying her by doing chores around her ranch.
It really is weird. Isn't this fort supposed to be, like, really dangerous? Why was she just, like, riding past in a wagon? I wonder if they'll explain that later, or if that's just going to be one of those things. It's just like, accept it. This is the story.
You've overthought it.
You've overthought it. You found their lies.
No, she could have been passing, but not been that close to the fort.
She was pretty close. I mean, you're like, it's not like you crawled away. You're standing in the spot where they shot you, and you were trying to shoot the guy with a pistol. You can't have been that far away from the door. Just saying. Yeah, anyway, you're at the ranch. You've got to, well, the first mission, you got to beat Bonnie in a race around the ranch.
Yes.
How did you do? Did you win the race?
Not first time round, no.
Do you actually have to win the race? Do you fail the mission if you lose?
I think it's okay to lose. I think I lost.
But you get to do it again?
No, I think it was just okay.
Okay. Because I did not really quite understand the controls about, like, do I hold X? Do I just, like, tap X? Or do I have to... So, in fact, is it even X? Is it B? I don't know. I'm saying X as if it was a PlayStation controller. I'm playing on an Xbox 360. So anyway, I was losing this race. And then I was just like, oh, gotta catch up. And I just got a bit too enthusiastic. And I actually just jumped off a bridge with my horse. And my horse plummeted to its death. And it said, mission failed, your horse died.
Not that you died.
Not that I died. My horse died, and that was mission failed. Well, I suppose they know that, animal cruelty or animal murder, and you're probably not going to be able to beat her on horseback by running on foot. So, fair enough, I guess. The second time, I was like, right, I know how to do this. I'm going to win this race. And I was just like going hell for leather, and I was doing really well, and I got to the final straight, and she started to catch up because I, like, did a bad turn. I was like, no, gotta go for this, sprint. And a guy just walked in front of my horse, and I just totally ran him down at full tilt. Like, literally just smacked into the guy, and he just went sprawled off and, like, ragdolled everywhere. And I was like, oh, geez. He's clearly not okay. He is clearly not getting up from that. But, mission success! Mission success. Horse death, not okay. Farmhand murder, expendable. Mission complete.
Sorry, I don't know why I found that really funny.
Yeah, I felt bad. Well, but I was like, oh, whoops. But yeah, it was fine. It turns out that's fine. You know, life is cheap in the West, but horses are expensive. That's my main memory of, recovering orange. The other stuff was good too. I mean, you have to like try and protect the chickens from coyotes. Did you protect all the chickens?
I think so.
I did not. Do you get an achievement for protecting all of them? It feels like the sort of thing they would give you an achievement for these days.
Okay, I may not have predicted them all.
No, I don't know if there is an achievement for it, but it's just the sort of thing where like in GTA 5, you get like a gold medal for stuff like that or something, don't you?
I haven't got a gold medal yet.
Do you get any? Does the concept even exist in this?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't even checked. Anyway, she was like, oh, it's just such a shame we had to lose some of the chickens. And I was like, yeah, you should do it yourself then, Bonnie. You know, like, I don't even know what the controls do yet. It's a tutorial. Oh.
And then you have to do other tasks like save the herd from running off the cliff.
Yes. How did you fare on that one?
2 to 4, I lost some.
Yeah, because it kept saying, oh, try and run ahead of them to try and head them off. And I don't know. I don't know what it was expecting me. I did it wrong. And I just like lost half the herd. And then it said mission failed. Like too many of the cows have died.
So I just tried to get in front of them, then just park myself perpendicular to the...
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. And they just were just totally like, whatever. And they just like flowed around me and just ran off a cliff.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
The second time I did it, because I actually just lost too many of them, I just like rode straight into the side of them. And that actually made them stop. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I was just messing around this time. So I actually managed to save all of them the second time round. Yeah, it was good. I quite enjoyed it. I quite liked the herding mechanic and how it kind of shows you, like the big arrow to represent the herd. And then like stragglers like break off as separate dots. I think it's quite neat.
But I think it's something that won't come up in the game again.
You think?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. You're right. I mean, how often is there going to be a herding thing in the game? But it's quite an involved thing to have written just to use once. Then again, that would be a very Rockstar thing to do.
Literally.
So
there's another one where you're just shooting bunnies, rabbits.
Yeah. Is that the same one as the one with the coyotes and you've got to protect the
maybe
chickens? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Other missions up to and including the burning. Because I played a load of missions from some of the other quest givers as well, other than just Bonnie. So I did the martial missions, like you have to go into some canyon and shoot down all these bandits.
Did you find that one painful?
I died several times in the same spot. There was some particular bit of the mission where you have to come across a bridge and there's like 2 snipers and then you cross the first bridge and then there's 2 other guys as you cross the second bridge and they just kept taking me out just because I was being too hasty.
The gunplay is quite clumsy.
It's funny because I think I learned quite a lot from you last time. I remember, I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but do you remember GTA 5 and my complete inability to shoot anyone? Because I'd actually only played the 3D GTA games on PC before. So I played like GTA 3, I played GTA Vice City, and on PC there isn't really any aim assist. If you want to shoot someone, you have to point your reticle at them and shoot them. And so I was trying to play like that on console, and I just couldn't shoot anyone because it just takes so long to line up your shot with a stick that they just move by the time you've got there. And I remember you were like watching me try and do like the tutorial mission for GTA Online, and I was like, this is impossible. How does anyone do this thing? And you were like going, I don't understand. What's wrong with your aiming? It's like, yeah, I know, it's so hard to aim. It's like, but why don't you just like lock on? It's like, what do you mean lock on? Because I don't think this exists as a mechanic on PC.
I don't think it does, no.
So when you pull out your gun, you just automatically lock onto the nearest target or something like that. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty much.
Yeah, when you pull out your gun, yeah.
Yeah, if you're facing in someone's general direction and you pull out your gun will automatically just start out pointing at the person.
And the natural thing to do if you're not locked onto anything is release them and press it again and see if it'll snap to a target again.
Yeah.
Which is probably an instinct you've not developed.
Well, no, I have now. So the whole game I spent like going boop, 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 and like popping out and trying to like just to lock onto people. So, well, what can I say? I got quite good at it. Well, this is actually costing me a lot, since the bounties, trying to capture bounties alive. I have completely failed to capture any bounties alive. I think I was trying to do it too early because I didn't have the lasso. The first mission you do with Marshall, he tells you to capture someone alive by shooting them in the leg, doesn't he? So I was just thinking, I've just got to shoot these people in the leg. But I keep popping out, and at some point, the lock-on just points at the bounty target, and I just shoot them dead. And he goes, oh, you have to go to their body to collect evidence. Like, what? Oh, I didn't mean to kill them. Damn it.
What happens with me is I'll shoot them in the leg, they'll go down, but I'm just so cat-candid, they'll get back up. And I'll shoot them in the leg again, but then
they're dead.
Yeah, then they're dead.
You know, they're like blood loss, because you just shot them. If you shoot people in the legs enough times, they die.
Weak.
Weak. It's like, what? It's like a flesh wound. What else? What kind of missions did we do? Was there anything else particularly memorable? The West Dickens mission?
Only because he's such a colourful character.
Such a colourful character. Yes. Oh, man. You do at least get the multi-shot Deadeye from it. That's quite cool.
I tried to Deadeye a bounty target, but I was too eager on the Deadeye, and I capped him twice in the knee. That killed him. Do you want to talk about Seth? Should we leave it?
Seth. I've only done one mission of his, I think. He just seems like a bit of a nut job.
Yeah.
He's just digging up graves.
For loot.
He's like, well, they don't need it anymore.
It's not stealing.
It's like, would you rather I stole it from someone living? It's like, well, I guess that kind of makes sense, but it's still not very nice.
So funny. He cowers behind this gravestone. It's quite well shot because he cowers behind the gravestone, and it looks as if Martin's peeking around the tombstone whilst he's talking to Seth. Did you notice this? Okay, fine.
No, wait, what do you mean?
So when you start engaging with Seth, he comes out of the grave that he's dug, and he cowers behind the tomb to hide from you.
Yeah.
But as the dialogue continues, the camera changes so that Seth is in front of you and the tomb's behind him, and that Marston, he peeks around the tomb as he's engaging with Seth. I thought that was quite clever. Yeah,
this, like, the cinematography is very well done. But then all the Rockstar games are like that these days, aren't they?
Yes, but I don't know normally I don't play them for the cinematics.
Well, I guess this is actually more serious than GTA. GTA has got like a vein of like ridiculousness running through it. I mean, not as much as say Saints Row, but it does have like a comedy streak. Whereas this is actually more serious, I would say. This game takes itself more seriously. It has, I think, more serious subject matter, and the stakes are higher.
Let's see what characters come up and what happens with these two that we're working with now.
That's true, because they are actually, having said that, these two are quite ridiculous. It's true. There have been a few completely wacky characters. I did manage to capture someone. Did you do the mission on the way to Seth? I think I bumped into some old woman, and she was like saying, oh, today was supposed to be my wedding day. Where's my husband to be? Do you encounter this woman?
Keep going.
And then she's like, he plays the piano at the saloon. Can you go and fetch him? And so I went to fetch this guy, and then you talk to like another guy in the saloon. He's like, do you know this guy? And he's like, oh, I could tell you, but my memory's awfully faulty. Maybe it'd be better if you did me a favor or paid me $5. And the favor the guy wants you to do is, his wife has left him or is about to leave him and get on a stagecoach, and he wants you to kidnap her and bring her back.
I've not done this.
I think it's like it's a stranger mission. It's like a side mission.
Yeah.
And so you can either give him the $5, or you can go outside to the stagecoach stop and lasso his wife, tie her up, and carry her back into the saloon to save $5. I actually did this. And then you lose 100 honor.
That was my next question.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the honor mechanic. There's like an honor and a fame mechanic too, isn't there? So I was actually like, I had quite good honor at this point, and I lost 100 by doing this. I did get it back eventually. And then I got like a discount in shops and stuff, but yeah.
So fame only goes up.
Yes.
Honor can go up and down.
Honor can go up and down. you can be, I was going to say infamous, but that would still be fame. So, yes, you can be known for being dishonorable.
Did you bother with property?
I bought the room in the saloon just to be able to save in town.
Armadillo.
Yeah, I thought it'd be way more convenient. I haven't actually wandered around the map much. I've actually mostly spent the game just ping-ponging between the ranch and Armadillo. I guess that's what they're expecting you to do. But I haven't actually tried exploring and like going south into, is that Mexico to the south? Or the Great Plains where your house is meant to be?
No, I've not done that either.
I don't know if there are actually any restrictions to prevent you going there. But the mission structure has just not taken me there and I've just not tried to go.
Clever
Game. Have you done any of the treasure hunts or any of the other random stuff?
Yeah, I've done a treasure hunt.
And?
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. It doesn't give you many hints, actually. It's like a hand-drawn map and you've just got to look out for that particular landmark.
Oh, picking flowers. I'm not even sure what for.
I just saw, well, I think you found a stranger mission.
Oh, yeah.
That involves picking flowers, which I haven't done. I mean, if you want to talk about it, go ahead.
We've said enough. We'll come back to it when you've done it.
Okay. I just noticed when I was riding around, like a symbol on my map. And so I got off my horse and picked some wild feverfew. Is that what it's called? And then it said, Mastery of the West mission or something, survivalist. Pick 6 wild feverfew. And then I have to pick 6 wild desert sage or something. So there is just collecting herbs. I don't know if it's worth anything.
Yeah, it's not like it's going to give you better armor or gear. Or is it?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And then similarly, you are encouraged to shoot and skin everything. Oh, an eagle. How majestic. Bang!
It's worse when you're doing things mid-mission and you know that if you move on, you may not get a chance to skin these horses or something. So we're mid-mission and you need to go off and there's the one where, is it the farm?
Which one?
You have to go, someone's gone missing. You check the outhouse and then you check the small stable. Then you realize they've gone, you go to the barn and.
Oh, yeah. And then they're like, they're in the main house or something and you've got to go in.
But in the barn, there's some horses I need to skin. So obviously I have to do them first in case they're removed.
It never occurred to me to skin those horses. I gotta admit, that never occurred to me. So you're clearly more of a klepto.
And there's loot. I think there's dead bodies in there as well. So I looted them as well.
Wow.
Because I'm always looking for the X on the radar.
You're as bad as Seth.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And it's a proper rush job because I want to make sure that there's not some artificial timing that's ticking down that's going to penalize me as well. Okay, so there's 4 mastery streams. Which ones have you engaged with?
Okay, I've done the flower picking one. I've done...
Sorry, I don't know.
What? That was your description of it, not mine.
Just picking flowers.
I've done the sharpshooting one, which I just triggered by shooting a bird one time. What else is there?
Treasure?
Oh yeah, treasure. Okay, start treasure. There's another one, isn't there?
Skinning animals.
Oh, skinning animals is different to the shooting one. Okay, I guess it is. Yeah, so I've started all 4 of those, yeah.
Oh.
And I found the first treasure map I found, which was like rescuing some guy being held up by bandits. I found that treasure. But inside the treasure was a bar of gold and another treasure map.
What did you do with the bar of gold?
It's just sitting in my inventory because I love to hoard.
Do you want to talk about your jewel?
Yeah, well, like other mini games, I guess. There's a duel mini game. I just got challenged to a duel. I literally woke up, I went to save, got out of bed, walking down the street, got challenged to a duel by some random guy. And I was like, all right, mate, you're on. And then the game was like, there's a button that says skip tutorial. And I was like, well, I better not skip the tutorial. So it started explaining to me how the duel works. Like, this is a duel. this is your dual meter and this is their dual meter, and it starts getting this massive long-winded description about like aiming the reticle and clicking it when the color and changes, and I was just reading it going, I'm not quite understand what, huh? And then I like clicked the button and like an X appeared over them, like a Deadeye thing. It's like, oh, is this good? Can I do this again? And I clicked it again and it went click, and it's like, oh, can I just keep doing this? X, 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 X. It's like, oh, how do I shoot? I'm not sure I understand this. And then I was back to reading the text and I just died. I still don't understand how the duel works. I think there's some particular time mechanic and you've got to like fill up the bar, but yeah, I don't get it. And horseshoes, similar thing. I tried playing horseshoes. I did some practice throws. I was like, okay, I think I've got this. I did not have it. So, yeah, I suck at all the mini games.
So I guess you didn't bother with Liar's Dice? Nor did you like try your
hand at poker? Yeah. No, neither. I think I'm done with those. Well, never say never.
I saw someone taking a league.
Yeah, there's loads of cool, like, random stuff. Like, there's just loads of emergent random stuff happening. So it was a person taking a league?
Yeah.
Okay, I have not seen that. I saw a dog taking a league. But I guess that's very Rockstar. I saw like some guy being lynched. Like I saw like basically 4 guys riding past on horses going like woohoo and all like firing their guns in the air, and a guy being dragged behind them on a rope.
And the music changes to draw your attention as well?
Oh, so you've seen this too?
Yeah.
I've seen it twice actually. The first time I was like, whoa, what the? And the second time I was like, oh, is this just going to happen like every time now? But yeah, I think there is loads of this stuff that can just happen. Like the duel, after I lost the duel, for example, I was walking down the street. It didn't happen the next time. I don't know. So I haven't had another chance to do a duel. I guess like GTA has this too, doesn't it? Like it's like, oh, that guy stole my purse. It's like, that guy stole my horse. Get it back.
Have you encountered one where the lady asks for help, but it's a setup?
Yes.
What a...
I died.
Died 2 or 3 times to that thing.
Literally, she was like, help me. And I walked over, and then she just like ducks behind the stagecoach, and these 2 guys are like, surrender. And I was just like, oh, I'm going to use Deadeye. I'm going to bang, bang, bang. Oh, crap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And there's another cool one where I was just riding along, and then there's just like a bunch of people trying to hang a guy from a tree. And it's like, you have to try and shoot the guy down, but I didn't shoot him down in time, so I don't know what happens when you succeed. Yeah,
okay.
There's loads of this just cool stuff just happens out in the wilderness.
Oh, I had one where I said, someone shot me, so I shot them back, but I lost honor. That annoyed me. But then on hindsight, maybe I bumped into him on my horse.
Yeah, stuff like this I'm not sure what to do either, because I've been in the wilderness, and then there's just been like a gunfight has broken out in front of me, and it's like, oh, these people are trying to shoot this guy. So I was like, oh, I'm going to help him. And I shoot those people. And I've got a bounty on my head because it turns out the people trying to shoot the guy were like marshals and he's an outlaw. And I'm like, oh, I'm just not sure what to do now. Whoops.
I quite like that.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, my sense of honor. Oh, whoops. It's fun though. It is fun. I think I originally thought that I was going to just like focusedly just play up to and including The Burning and then go back to Zelda. But actually, no, I had good fun. I played it and I did a whole bunch of side missions and stuff too.
So that was my next question. How is this compared to Zelda? And it's comparing okay.
Well, it's like Zelda and this are both kind of like sandbox games. Yeah, it's fun. It's really interesting to see in a way how similar this is to Zelda. Like Zelda, for a Zelda game.
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
To be clear, Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch is fun and different for a Zelda game, but actually in many ways it's just like a sandbox game, which is the current, genre de rigueur or whatever however you would say it.
But I'm not sure there's much payoff to some of the challenges in Red Dead. We'll see.
Yeah, it's just crammed chock full of stuff. I haven't even looked at the achievements. Is there like crazy stuff? Because isn't there the whole cliche thing about like kidnapping someone and tying them up and putting them on the train tracks? Is there an achievement for that?
I think so. There's one for capturing a bounty alive.
So we're never going to get that.
I want to. I've been trying to get that one.
I think the trick is when you lasso someone, you have to hold down the trigger. As soon as you let go of the lasso trigger, it actually lets them loose. So I think that's the trick. I might be wrong. I have also failed to capture anyone alive. Except the poor defenseless woman who was trying to leave on a stagecoach.
I think we've gone down in a few people's estimation.
I saved $5.
I'm talking about the inability to...
Oh, it's the ability to lasso. Yeah, okay, that too. Hey, we're old now, man. We're old. Bugs? Any good bugs? You haven't had any, like, people flying?
No, just my horse glitching. So it's like walking in treacle. But once I've got him in sort of into a straight line, he was okay. Or, once I got him facing the right direction, he was happy.
We've both had some cutscene bugs.
The same one.
The same one, where, like, with the Seth mission, the door and the marshals just disappeared.
So it's weird, you're just looking at the
Some
guy...
dude.
It's really confused.
It's quite off-putting. And it was actually in that area as well. There's a stagecoach, and it was that stagecoach that glitched out for me too. I had this massive weird physics bug where I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to try riding a stagecoach. And I got in the stagecoach, and it said like, I was picking my destination. While I was picking my destination, the stagecoach just started shaking. It just like, it obviously hit some like unstable physics condition. It just started shaking more and more violently. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm getting out of here. And it just continued shaking until it was like bouncing up and down. And the guy on top of the stagecoach was like, I've had enough of this, and just ran away. And then it stopped shaking. So I just drove off in the stagecoach. I was like, I guess this is my stagecoach now. Actually, I needn't have done that because you have a magic horse. Like if you whistle anywhere, your horse just shows up. Unlike Breath of the Wild, where it's like, oh, your horse can't hear you. Your horse is too far away. Whistle, your horse arrives. Actually, you know what? If your horse is dead and you whistle, another horse shows up.
But the same horse?
Different horse.
Different colour?
Yeah, so one of the Bonnie missions, you have to tame that stallion.
Yeah.
And that stallion is actually a really good horse. It's the fastest horse in the game.
So what's the point of taming another horse?
Well, I mean, the horses you get just in the wilderness, they can be really good. The one they give you in that particular mission, I think, is the fastest horse in the game. Or one of the fastest. It's like tied for the fastest horse in the game. And I switched to using that horse because I thought, oh, I should give it a go. I think it died in a mission because one time I whistled and just a different horse showed up.
Fine.
But actually, I was pointing this out to you. I was like, did you know about this? Like, we have free DLC. Sometime in 2014, they just made all the original like pre-order DLC bonuses free. So we've got this war horse. It basically ties the attributes of the 3 best horses in the game into one horse. So it's as fast as that other fastest horse. And it has like 4 times the health as well. So it's less likely to just accidentally die when you're not paying attention to it.
You mentioned this is like Westworld. The thought alone is making me giggle.
You should seriously watch Westworld. That first episode of Westworld is incredible. It's incredible. I don't even want to say anything about it too much because like, I mean, I mentioned some things to you, like the anachronisms and like the feel of the place, but there's this moment that happens in that first episode. And I was like, whoa, like I did not see that coming. Watch Westworld, people. Yeah, I need to somehow watch the rest of it.
Get it on your Surface. Can I say that?
I was going to say, how, Ting, with HBO Go, do they have that in Hong Kong?
Download offline. You can, yeah, there must be, click the download and make available offline option.
On what service? BitTorrent? Okay. So that's it?
Yeah, that would, yeah, sounds good. Sounds like we're making good progress.
So what's the next checkpoint?
Oh, finish the assault on Fort Mercer.
So, up to and including the assault on Fort Mercer. Cool, so I guess we're going to assault Fort Mercer.
Yeah. I'll see you there.
See you there, folks. See you there. The actual mission, Assault on Fort Mercer, not your solo Assault on Fort Mercer where you get shot at the beginning of the game. So,
we were Lost Levels Club.
We still are Lost Levels Club.
Please rate and subscribe to us on iTunes.
Please. And leave a review. A review would be nice. If you don't know us in real life, send like a tweet or an email or something. Because I do wonder if anyone actually listens to this thing.
And if we do know you in real life,
thanks.
Please rate and subscribe to us. You can find us on YouTube.
There's no catchy URL for it. Find the link in the description. Find the link in the show notes.
You can reach us on Twitter.
At Lost Levels Club.
And on email.
Mike.and.ting at lostlevels.club.
So what are you grateful for this week?
Oh, come on. You can't do this to me. You can't do that to me this week. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful for like wussing out.
Everything.
Everything. I'm grateful for self-actualization. I'm grateful for knowing myself better. Does that make you happy?
Yeah, it makes me deliriously happy.
I'm grateful for having 2 weeks off where I will just play on the Nintendo Switch and pretend that I have a happy, carefree existence.
I said to you, I feel so successful.
You feel so successful?
Yeah.
Why do you feel so successful, Ting? Am I your pet project?
It's been a journey to get you here, but you've achieved self-actualization. There's nothing. I don't need to do anything else here. My work is done.
What is self-actualization? I've just been saying this phrase. What does this mean? What does this even mean?
You've reached your epitome of brain fart.
This sounds terrible. Let's end this here before this gets any worse.
So Michael says bye.
Bye.